6 de grado noveno. Soy Miss Baker, su consejera escolar. Estoy aquí esta mañana con Miss Lane. Ella es una experta en este examen de hoy que se llama Kuder. Ella trabaja para una compañía que se llama EdSouth y va a explicar a todos nosotros cómo entrar en este examen para saber más de nosotros y en cuáles carreras estamos interesados. Ella va a explicarlo en inglés, pero también va a tener la opción de cambiar el sitio web en español y también en YouTube cuando mires este video. Tiene la capacidad de cambiar los subtítulos en español y va a mostrar esto para ustedes también. Bienvenidos a todos y gracias por estar aquí con nosotros hoy. Entonces, primero va a ir a Chrome o Edge, pero no se usa Explorer para su internet. Y va a ir a la página planningyourdreams.org. Ok, y cuando estás en esta página, tienes la capacidad de cambiar el idioma. Donde dice English, haz clic y cámbialo a español. Y después va a iniciar sesión aquí. Y después vamos a mudarnos a, no iniciar sesión, crear una cuenta primero. Y después sigue este video en inglés con subtítulos en español en YouTube. Y voy a explicar a ustedes cómo se puede cambiar el video si necesita a otro idioma. Este es otro video de YouTube. Cuando hagas pausa, tiene la opción donde dice CC para crear subtítulos. Ahora los subtítulos están en inglés. Entonces, para cambiarlos a otro idioma, haz clic aquí. Después aquí donde dice inglés. Aquí donde dice traducirlo. Y después puede seleccionar cuál idioma prefieres. Voy a seleccionar español aquí. Y puede seguir el video para cómo se puede tomar el examen Kuder con estos subtítulos en español para seguir los pasos de Miss Lane. Gracias a todos. Good morning, Freshman Academy. Thank you so much for being here. We are so fortunate to have Miss Lane joining us again today. You may remember her from earlier in the semester talking to us about how to make the transition to high school successful. Today she's here to talk to us about a career interest inventory called the Kuder. And there's a number of things you can do on this website, but we're going to just stick to one piece of it today, which is, again, that career interest inventory. Last semester in freshman seminar, you took the U-Science test. The U-Science test is different because it's what's called an aptitude test. So it shows us or shows you what skills or abilities you already have and tries to suggest what careers you might be interested in from there. The Kuder is an interest inventory. So it shows what you are interested in learning or what you like to learn about or like to do, or that maybe you don't have the skills yet, but you hope to have them one day, and you can learn those skills in your college and career path here at Glencliff and in your training and education after you graduate. So without any further explanation, I'm going to hand it over to Miss Lane, and she's going to explain to you just how important the Kuder is in your planning and how to make sure you understand the steps to take it. Thank you, Miss Lane.
Sure. Hello, Freshman Academy. It's great to be here with you again today to talk about careers. The reason we are taking these aptitude and interest tests in 9th grade right now is so you can start to, for one, get an idea of all the different careers that are out there. There's thousands of different career paths, many of which you've never even heard of. So what we're doing today is an interest inventory. So once we set up an account, that we're going to set up an account today and take the assessment. Later on, I'll come back and we'll look at the results. But with an interest assessment, you're going to be asked questions about the things you enjoy doing. So as you take this test, I don't want you to think about what you're good at doing or what you've done before, just if you think that's something that interests you. The more you can learn about yourself and the things that you enjoy doing and match that to a career, the better choices you'll make when you graduate high school. So you don't go to college or a trade school or pursue a career that isn't a good fit for you. So that's what we're trying to do here. So you can really start to understand what's important to you, what you enjoy doing, and learn about a career and make a good match for yourself. And that's the hope that we're working toward through these assessments. So what we're going to do today is go to this website called planningyourdreams.org. So the first step is to type that into the search bar or the URL, the bar up here. It's going to take us to the Tennessee College and Career Planning System. So planningyourdreams.org. Once we get here, we're going to create an account. So we have to go through this process of creating an account. Once you have an account, you're going to have a username and password to access it, and you won't have to go through this process again. So if everyone will go up here and click Create an Account. We're going to drop down to I am a junior high or high school student. Click on that. And we will click Next Steps. That's going to take us to this 4-step login process. You cannot go to the next step until this step is done correctly, so don't worry about that. So step 1, we are going to select our grade level, 9th grade. We are going to then pull down to our high school graduation year, 2024, you're the class of 2024. And then, this is the hardest part, we are going to have to enter this navigator code. And this is the code. It is N6293835QVX. So I'm going to leave this here for you to be able to see for just a minute here. N6293835QVX. And there's something I meant to tell you earlier, so I'm going to scroll up. If you are interested in seeing, oh no, that's for the assessment. I'll show you that later, I'm sorry. So again, the navigator code N6293835QVX. Then you click Next Step. So you can see, I'll scroll up so you can still see that. Then we're going to enter our first name, our last name, our zip code. What's the zip code for the school?
37211.
So you can use the school zip code, 37211. And then you'll choose your birth date. I'm just going to say, it's going to pull up a little calendar like this. I'm going to say that today is my birthday. So there's your, or yesterday, there's your birthday. You're going to choose your gender. And then here, I want you to click neither. So we're not going to enter our phone number or our email address because we're not going to be contacting you. So please click neither. So once again, first name, last name, zip code of your home or the school, 37211, birth date, gender, neither. And then click Next Step. Now here is where I want us to all get on the same page. We're going to create a username and password. Please use the same username and password that you use to log into your school computer. And that way your counselors will know what your username and password is, and it will be easy for you to remember. So whatever your username and password is for your computer login, go ahead and use that now. You'll have to put your password in twice. And then you will be asked a security question. You can choose one. I encourage you to just choose what is the city of your birth. And then you just answer it.
If you don't know, you can put Nashville.
And if you don't know the city of your birth, just go ahead and put Nashville. You're not going to need to use this again, so don't worry about it. So create your username, your password, the same that you use to log into your computer, confirm the password, choose what is the city of your birth, and you can answer the city of your birth, or you can just list Nashville. And when you're ready, click Next Step. If, for whatever reason, you clicked Next Step and it didn't go through, and it put a red X next to something, that means possibly that your passwords don't match, or that if you get a little red message here that says someone is using this username already, or username is already in use, I suggest you just add the number 1 to the end of it, and just remember that you did that, and you'll be able to log in the future. That doesn't happen often, but if it happened to you, please just add a 1 to the end of your username and try to remember that you did that. Now, step 4, there's questions about your ethnicity and race. You don't have to answer these, or you may answer them. I'm going to click I prefer not to answer, I prefer not to answer, and then we just have to click this box down here saying we've read and agreed to the terms and conditions of use. And that's it. So I'll just go through it one more time. I'm just going to scroll up to review it. You've chosen your current grade level, your of 9th grade, high school graduation, 2024, and this navigator code, N6293835QVX. You've clicked Next Step. You've entered your name, last name, zip code, and birth date. You've chosen a gender, and you have clicked Neither. And then Next Step. Here, you've used your username and password that you used to log into your computer. You've confirmed your password, chosen the security question, what is your city of birth, and answered it. And then you have checked a box here, checked a box here, and checked this box. When all of that is complete, you click Sign Me Up. And it is going to take us to the main page of assessments. So what you see here is the interest assessment, a skills assessment, which is more like that aptitude, what you think you're good at, and then a work values inventory. Your work values, we're not going to take this assessment today, but it is something to think about. What matters to you in a job? Do you want to earn a lot of money? Do you want to have prestige in the community? Do you want to help the community? Do you want to have a routine where you go to the same job every day? Do you want to have freedom to make your own schedule or travel? What things are important to you in a job? And I encourage you to think about that all through high school. Who are you? What matters to you? And then when you choose a career, you can try to match those values for work as to what you're hoping to achieve in your adult life. But for today, we are only going to take the one on the left, the career interest assessment. I want to tell you that if you are interested in changing this to Spanish, you can go up here where this little globe is, click the Spanish here, and it will change all of this to Spanish. I'm going to change it back to English. So, the one on the left, career interest assessments. When you are ready, please click Begin. This pop-up menu is going to appear. It says, select the highest level of education that you expect to achieve. And it's going to list all of these: high school graduation, on-the-job training, less than a post-secondary certificate or program, 2 or 3 year associate degree. Remember, the associate degree is the degree you receive from a community college like Nashville State or Volunteer State, Columbia State. A bachelor's degree, which is what you receive after typically 4 years at a college or university like TSU, University of Tennessee, Florida State, Harvard. A master's degree, which is the next highest degree at a university, or a doctorate degree, the highest degree you can get. For this purpose, even if you know you're going to go on to get a doctorate degree, or you know you're joining the military, for this purpose, please scroll down and choose bachelor degree, the 4-year degree from a university, only because within this system, that's where you're going to get the most results, and that's what we want you to see. So please scroll down to bachelor degree. We can change that later too if you know you really don't want to go to college for 4 years or that's not your plan. But for now, please choose bachelor degree. And then we'll click Begin Assessment. So as it says here, if you had the opportunity and the ability to engage in each of the following activities, how much would you like or dislike each one of them? So you're going to be given a task: perform for an audience. If you know you like being on a stage, you like to sing or act or dance, if you know you would like that, even if you've never done it, even if you don't think you'd be good at it, but you know you would like it, that's what we're going for. Choose strongly like or like. If you are really, you know that that's not for you, you would not like that at all, you're going to choose strongly dislike or dislike. If you really don't know, you really don't have much of a feeling, you can choose neutral, which means, I don't really have a feeling one way or the other. However, please try not to choose too many neutrals as you go through the assessment, because we're trying to get an idea of what your likes are and dislikes are. So I'm going to show you, and if you're following along, you can do it too. I'm just going to answer this kind of for myself, just to show you how the assessment will go. As you click each line, at the bottom of it, you will click Next, and it will load another page of questions. Up here, it will show you how close you are getting to finishing the assessment. So I'm just going to keep going on, and you can do it too. And if you've missed a question, like for instance, if I'll do it on the next screen. Let's say I miss a question here and I click Next, it's not going to let me go through. So don't worry about that. It will give you a warning to go back. And remember, it doesn't matter if you think you can repair a damaged car, or if you've done it before or know how to do it. It just matters if you think you would enjoy doing it. And then it's going to say complete assessment when you get to the end of assessment. And it is going to show me my results. We're going to come back and log back into the system and look at our results at another date. But I want to show you just what we're looking at right here, just so you get an idea. These are your top career pathways that were suggested for you based on how you answered the questions. So the government organizes all the careers out there into something called career clusters, and there's 16 of them, and they're just the main subject areas of careers like law or health, things like that. Within each of those 16 career clusters, there are more specific career pathways, and there's 84 of those. So what you're seeing here, your results will look different than mine, but are the career pathways that were chosen for you. So since I like working with people and I like to communicate, I have marketing and communications, family and community services, things that are my interests personally. You may have something about computers or something about the medical field based on who you are. So you can take a look at these now, and later when I come back, we will look at the specific occupations, the actual job itself that falls within each pathway. And that will be a lot of fun to look at specific jobs that were suggested for you. And we'll even look at some college majors suggested for you. In the meantime, you can look over this and be prepared to meet again to investigate this further.
Okay, everyone. Thanks so much to Ms. Lane for joining us again today. Thank you to everyone who's on this call with us, whether you're watching live or afterwards. This is just going to be a great step for you in thinking about what your career interests are long-term. And also, we're about ready to choose your pathway and your academy here at Glencliff. So you've noticed that Ms. Lane pointed out some pathways that are available within Kuder, and if you're thinking about all kinds of different options after high school at Glencliff, we have some pathways here that you can go ahead and get started learning if you know what careers you're interested in already. So that's also coming soon. Thank you for being here with us, and if you need help or further support with any of this, please again reach out to Ms. Baker, your school counselor, Mr. Burdett, your Gear Up coordinator, and if neither of us know the answer, we'll reach out to Ms. Lane as she's an expert on this as well. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you all again soon.
Thank you.